Jazz here, and we are so excited to be back with part 2. So if you have not seen part 1 of our fitness tips and fitness advice, go check that video out as well. This video is going to be part 2. We have 10 more amazing pieces of advice and tips for you to implement into your fitness routine, into your lifestyle in general. But these are geared towards fitness tips. If you're wanting more of that nutrition, diet, and health advice, we have an additional video for you to watch as well. So go check that one out as well. We have a lot of combined knowledge with pageantry and bodybuilding, fitness magazine covers. So we have a lot of knowledge that we are gladly willing to share with you for free. So please check those all out and let us know what you think. So we have 10 pieces of advice that we're just going to dive right into. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. So the first one, super simple. You're going to be like, oh, well, that's obvious. But for some people, it may not be obvious. So the first one for today's video is drink plenty of water. That goes for throughout the day, especially, however, when you're in the gym, you want to be taking in as much water as you're losing. You don't want to dehydrate yourself. Right. So it's great to bring a bottle of water in the gym with you and be sipping on that throughout your workout as you're sweating it out. If you're not getting in water during your workouts, that's when you can be very injury prone. You can dehydrate and begin to cramp. Or Jasmine's experience with me, I don't drink enough water even when I'm working out, unfortunately. I try, so I'll sometimes even get like lightheaded or dizzy, like where things will get fuzzy for me. Almost. Yeah, so Jasmine has to remind me like, hey, drink some water, because I get so focused on my workout that even though I have a water bottle, I'm not drinking enough water for how much I sweat, and I really sweat it out when I'm in the gym. So that's a great tip. Anything to add on to that? Or
yeah, just make it a habit. If you want a water bottle to hold you accountable, I even bought a big jug that says a time schedule of what needs to be consumed by certain times, and it's really big. But that helped me see, okay, I really need to be drinking this much water in a day, and that at least helps me set goals throughout the day where it's not like I have to chug 2 bottles of water at one time. It helps you space it out over the course of the day. So that might help you. Or
you got what Planet Fitness calls it, the lunk alert, which is when a guy carries a 1 gallon jug of water. You just get those waters off the shelf at the grocery store. And Chris Wolf and I mean, a lot of my bodybuilding buddies I used to work out with, we would carry those around all day and try to finish it by the end of the day. So then you got a gallon of water in, which is, that's great. I mean, sometimes you may even want to get more than that in. So it just depends how intensely you're working out, how much you're sweating it out. So that might require you maybe not drinking some other things so that you're getting enough water. Some people just don't like water. I know your mom likes to add some flavorings to the water. So you might look into that as well, just so that you'll drink more water, whatever can encourage you to drink more water. So
yes. So that was tip number 1. Tip number 2 is important, because I know if you're like us, we just want to get in the gym and get right to work. But that can cause some issues if you don't do a proper warm-up. And he follows this advice. When he does his sets, he will do a warm-up and then a heavier warm-up. So I'll kind of let you elaborate, but I just think that you are practicing what you're preaching.
Yeah, I mean, I called this specific topic, avoid injuries. So how do you avoid injuries? And that's by, making sure you're getting in a proper warm-up. And I always encourage, and when you think warm-up, you're probably thinking a warm-up set, or you're probably thinking stretch. I'm thinking the best thing you can do first is do a warm-up that gets your heart pumping the blood a little bit. So I know when I grew up, and I look all the way back to junior high, when my dad was my cross-country coach, and we would go out the back of the school, the back doors of the school, and we would jog a half a mile. Before we didn't do any stretching yet. We would jog a half a mile to the track, and then we would stretch. What that did was got the heart pumping, got the blood flowing through the muscles, began to warm up the muscles, so that then we're stretching muscles that have been warmed up, and rather than muscles that are cold. Now, when you stretch cold muscles, as you hear me say in a lot of our workout videos, that's a great way to possibly pull muscles. So even just a simple 5-minute walk on the treadmill will begin to get that blood flowing, kind of shake out your arms and stuff while you're walking on the treadmill, shake out your legs, whatever you got to do some jumping jacks, something real simple to get that blood flowing, and then go into stretching. Don't overdo the stretching. A lot of people, they stretch too far, and you can pull a muscle if you cause yourself to stretch too much.
Like hyperextend.
Hyperextending and going beyond what your body wants to go flexibility wise. So warm up, 5-minute warm up, stretch, and then whatever body part you're training, do a light warm up. So, I bench, usually I'll rep around 225 pounds on bench press. So my light warm up will be about 135. So even that, I could probably even go lighter for a light warm up, but that's just easiest for me and I don't feel like it's putting too much strain on my body. But Jasmine knows I even sometimes do a light warm up and a heavier warm up. So I'll add even a little bit more than that for a heavier warm up, and then I'll start my 3 sets. So my 12, 10, and 8 for my sets. So when your body's warmed up and when you're ready to go. Now I really emphasize this avoid injuries because I had one of my worst injuries as a result of not warming up properly, and I'm sure most bodybuilders out there can say the same. Yeah. I showed up late to a workout with some friends. We were doing bench, or we were doing a chest workout. I was running late to get there. I think I got off a plane flight or something, and I just headed straight to the gym to meet them, and they were well into the workout. They were probably, warm-ups were done, and they were probably 2 sets in. And I was like, you know what, I can hop in on this. It was 185 pounds, and I'm like, I can rep this out. And I'm like, I was repping it out. And then all of a sudden, boom, like all of a sudden I got a slight tear in my rotator as I'd done several reps, but then it came down, went, and that was it. Like it just fell on my chest. They had to pull it off of me because I got that slight rotator tear. That could have been avoided if I would have warmed up properly, if I would have stretched, but it's just not worth it, y'all. Just make sure, because when you get those injuries, now all of a sudden you're out of the gym, you're coping an injury. A shoulder injury is probably one of the worst you can get because the shoulders are used for everything you do for your upper body. So you're out training upper body altogether until that is better. Then I'm all of a sudden doing rotator exercises. I couldn't do push-ups. It was not fun, y'all. So just because I didn't want to warm up and I wanted to hop in with them, I lost several months of being able to work out upper body, and I had to play catch up after that. So
basically,
avoid injuries.
Be proactive.
Warm up. Yeah,
be
exactly.
Smart.
Exactly.
So we're going to talk about being smart in a different way now for our third tip. Sometimes you see people wandering around aimlessly in the gym.
Yeah.
Where they just look lost and they're just like, I'm like thinking, why do you not come to the gym with a plan? This is my personality. I like to get stuff done, check it off my list. I don't like to lollygag. But, if some people's personalities are different. Yeah. And so what do you say about this one?
And we see a guy go from one machine, one set. He'll go one machine to the next, and he's just doing one set on each of them. He's leaving his sweat on each of the machines too because he doesn't wipe it down when he's done. We're like,
yeah, that's.
And then we're like, is he done there? Because we want that machine, and I don't know if he's done. He did a set, and he's over there, and then over there, and there's sweat on the machines. Like, is he really done? So it's like he doesn't have a plan. He's just in there, whatever machine's open, he's jumping on it, and he's training every different body part while he's there. We like to do body part specific workouts ourselves, and focus on getting at least 3 sets in of each exercise. So the important thing about this one is have a workout plan before you get to the gym. So you can be sitting at home and you can write out, okay, today I'm going to go train chest. Now visualize what machines do I want to get, and preferably in what order do I want to get them. Okay, today I'm going to do chest. I'd like to do chest press on the Smith machine. And then after that, when I get my 3 sets done, my warm up and my 3 sets, I'm going to move on. I want to hit my upper chest. So I'm going to do incline dumbbell bench. And then after that, I'm just going to put that bench down. I'm going to do decline dumbbell bench for my 3 sets. Then I'm going to work into my flies. So write down, even if it's really convenient if you just do it in your phone. Write it down in your notes on your phone or have a little notepad so you know the order. I've gotten to the point I don't really have to write it down. I just know it in my head.
We've done it for 20 years.
Yeah, I've done it for a long time, but I see a lot of people wandering around aimlessly, and I have it even down to a system where it's like, I don't like to wait on machines. So I have my order that is like, this is my all-star workout if I can get it, but I'm not gonna stand there for 5 minutes waiting for a machine. So I'm gonna move on to the next one, and I'm gonna come back to that one if I have to, because I like to keep that pace up, keep the heart rate up, keep the blood flowing. I don't want my muscles to get cold in the middle of my workout. I wanna keep that blood flowing. So come with a workout plan. Now beyond that, I'm not just talking, now let's look beyond just for the day. Sometimes you might, the day before, plan your workout the next day. Or maybe you wanna do that, plan your workout for the whole week. And that's the next, well, it's not a next tip, it's still a part of this. Make a plan when, maybe it's Sunday night and you're getting ready to start a new week of working out. Sunday night, you're making the plan for Monday to, let's say you work out 5 days a week. I'm gonna make a schedule for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. These are the times I'm going to the gym. So one of my favorite tips, one of my favorite quotes or things that I always say in my videos when I used to work at Plank especially is, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So make a plan. So, the opposite would be plan for success by making a plan. So Sunday night,
if you don't prioritize your workouts, everything else under the sun is going to come ahead of those workouts, and the workouts aren't going to happen.
Yeah, and she asked me every night before we go to bed, what time are we getting up tomorrow? Because we go to the gym first thing in the morning. We know that the day will get away from us if we don't. So she's like, what time are we getting up tomorrow? Because I also train a client on FaceTime in the morning. So we have to get the workout done and be back and ready to train this client before. So I really have to make a plan as to when we're getting up. So plan for the week. So Sunday night, plan those times you're going to go to the gym: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Super important.
Yeah.
And beyond that, plan the actual workout that you're going to do in the gym for that day. So that's just the whole thing I'm planning. When I was, trying to woo Jasmine, when I first met her, this is another thing I always like to share. I had to, one, have the boldness to, even begin to talk to her, which, I can go, that whole story, you can watch our video on that, which is how we met. But I had to impress her by making a plan. I actually had to ask her on a date. Hey, let's go on a date does this time and place work for you? Okay, now not only that, but what is the date going to be? Let me make a plan of what things we're going to do on the date. Very similar to in the gym, make a plan for what you're going to do in the gym. Make a plan for what days you're going to work out and what time. That way when people ask you, hey, can we meet up and do this at this time? Oh, let me look at my calendar. Oh, actually, I'm working out at that time. Can I catch you after? Or at that moment, you can just move it, but make sure that you don't lose out on getting that workout in. Make it a priority. If it's important to you, then you'll make it a priority and you'll get it in. People that push it off, they don't want it bad enough. If you want it bad enough, if you want to succeed, plan for success.
And if you need an additional boost to help you get it in, ask some accountability partners.
Yeah, that's good.
You can work out with someone at the gym if you're physically wanting an accountability partner. Mm-hmm. Or you can text each other back and forth and say, workout done, check.
Yeah.
And that is a fantastic way to hold each other accountable. Some people just need that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you don't have someone that's going to check in on you, it's easy to let it slip and you're like, oh, no big deal, I'll start tomorrow. But that is the problem, is a lot of people say, I'll start tomorrow, and tomorrow turns into a decade.
Yep.
And it gets away from them. But just realize that if you start today, you're going to be so thankful. Do something that your future self is going to thank you for.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we've done that accountability texting with family and stuff like that.
The
Got the
whole
workout
family
in,
message.
take a little selfie at the gym, whatever you got to do. I have accountability with my pastor just through this app, through the iWatch, because we can see each other's activities. So when he gets a workout in, I say, great job, or whatever. He does the same to me. So very important.
It's not like you always have to for the rest of your life, but in order to get into that routine and into that habit, it's smart.
Yeah.
So.
And on that subject of have a plan, when you go to the gym, Jasmine and I have that stuff for you. Like, we are filming our workout videos for free. It's all for free for you. If you have dumbbells at home, if you have resistance bands at home, we have at-home workouts that you can do, and that's your plan. You don't even have to think. It's just like, hey, I don't have to think. I'll just follow what they do. And they're full-length workouts that you can do with us, so you really have no excuse.
Right.
You don't have to think, well, I'd have to go get a trainer because I don't know what these machines are. I don't know how to do. Let us be your trainers. Let us lead you through the workouts. You're going to burn calories. We have stuff where you can tone up and burn calories, burn fat in the same workout. It's weight training and cardio in the same workout. So, or we have more specific, body part specific workouts using dumbbells for chest, for back, for legs, for whatever those body parts are you want to train with resistance bands, dumbbells, kettlebells, you name it, all for free. We put our stuff out for free. So if you go to jamesandjazz.com, you click on that videos tab, you'll find our physically fit videos, and you can find those workouts there.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yep.
So next one, what if you're like, okay, I hear what you're saying. I know I need to make a plan. But when I get out my planner or I get out my calendar, I seriously have no time to work out.
Yep.
And you hear that a lot of times from people.
Yep.
And so, like you said, it is a matter of prioritizing and seeing, okay, like, is my health worth it? Is it important enough? And if so, we've got to come up with a way for you to get it in. Even if you're overwhelmed, I get it. It feels like I can't add one more thing to my schedule. But you don't have to go to the gym for 2 hours.
Yeah.
What you can do, if you want to save time on the driving time, if you're just like, I just don't want to spend 10 minutes driving to the gym and 10 minutes driving back.
She hates that.
I hate that. I feel like it's such a waste of time. I can't wait till I have a home gym, like with full everything. We've got dumbbells, but someday I want to have like machines and cables and all that.
Well, there's multiple excuses. There's I don't have enough time, and there's I don't have the money. I can't afford a gym membership.
Oh, yeah.
So there's two things. There's lacking time, there's lacking money. I mean, I've heard every excuse under the book, quite honestly. But the reality of it is, are you important? Are you important enough to yourself to treat yourself to a workout? Because one thing that a lot of people that say, I don't have time, I don't have money, and they don't work out, you always hear them complaining about being tired. You always hear them complaining about my lower back hurts because they're not strengthening their lower back. They're not strengthening these body parts that hurt because they never work out. Oh, I'm starting to get carpal tunnel. I have joint issues, and because they never work out those joints. So you can avoid injuries that will just come because you're not working out by actually going and working out. And the same with, what was the other thing that I was getting at?
Well, I was going to say, if you don't make time for your wellness, you're going to be forced to make time for your sickness.
Yep. Yeah, that was the other thing. It was, I had a really important one. Oh, energy. If you're tired, you're worn out, you know what? Cardio makes your heart healthier. You know, working out in general makes you healthier in general, and it will actually give you more energy.
And happier.
Yeah, and it'll make you happy. The endorphins get spiking and everything, and you'll feel better about yourself. You'll feel better about life. Your energy will naturally come. More joy coming when you get those workouts in, y'all. So I definitely encourage you with that. So one thing we're going to say, if you're lacking time or you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to make that drive, even if you're lacking money, you can get resistance bands. I talked about this already in the last topic, but you can buy resistance bands at Costco, Amazon, Walmart, Target, wherever. You can buy them online or at the store, and they're like $20. They are not expensive. Sometimes 15, 20, 25, 30, depending if you want multiple ones. But I have a set of bands that have 3 bands that hook to handles on each side, and it was like $25.
And
$20
guess
or $25.
what, y'all? You can work out every single body part with these resistance bands.
Yep. And again, we have videos of us showing you how to use resistance bands. Body part specific exercise demonstration videos. So you don't have to do it with us. You can. We have videos that are 30 plus minutes long where you can work out with us and put the whole workout in with us. But we also have exercise demonstration videos where we demonstrate the body part specific workouts that you can do. You take notes and go do them on your own, or take screenshots, whatever you want to do. So there is no excuse for lacking time. you can put in a 30-minute workout each day or a 20-minute workout in each day. Start slow and work your way up, but get yourself out of bed 30 minutes earlier. You can make that happen if it's important to you. I know people that get up at 4 a.m. to work out. I think like The Rock gets up at like some ridiculous early time to go work out. So you guys can do it. Just make yourself get up a little bit earlier, or maybe you stay up just a tad later, whatever the case may be. Do it on your lunch hour. You can get a workout in on your lunch hour. So
what's awesome is you can bring your resistance bands with you, even if you have a hectic life of traveling.
Yeah.
Maybe you're in hotels constantly. Maybe you fly in late and you're like, I don't want to go down to the hotel gym. Resistance bands take little to no space in your luggage. Just pack them in there. You have them with you, and that way you have a portable gym with you wherever you go.
Yeah.
So
our friend Terry Savelle-Foy travels all around the world, and she works out with resistance bands. She packs them in her luggage. She works out in her room. She gets that 20, 30-minute workout in every day.
Yep.
So the next one is it's more of a focus on good form in the gym. The importance of having good form in the gym. When you have bad form, then you're more prone to have injuries. So a lot of guys want to get cocky and they want to look studly and push heavy weight. And when you go in there and you get in your head and you try to make it a show and show off and push more weight and start lacking in the form area, then you begin to create injuries, get injuries. So my encouragement to you is focus on lighter weight with good form as opposed to heavier weight or too heavy a weight with bad form. So I see bad form in the gym all the time, and it makes me cringe. So lighten the load a little bit and focus on more full length reps and really flexing in through your muscles. Focus on form all around. We're going to talk more about that in our next points, but lighten the load and have good form. You will thank yourself for it. Your joints will thank you for it. Your muscles, everything will thank you for it because you're not going to get that injury. I'm not saying go light and it's easy. I'm just saying don't go too heavy with bad form. So obviously as you get that form down, begin to go heavier and heavier, but keep that good form as you're getting heavier and heavier.
Yeah, and you'll see people that are just trying so hard to push that weight. But then you start working the wrong body part also. And so it's like, okay, I know you're trying to push that next level of weight, but then you're sacrificing even working the body part you're trying to train. Yeah. And I even notice if you take time off from the gym and you're used to pushing a certain weight, your body might not be used to it. So give yourself some grace. Drop it down. That way you don't injure yourself. And then maybe next week, once you're back in the swing of things, back in the routine, then you can go to your normal weight. But I've noticed that even after being on vacation, I can't push as heavy as I am used to. So just be aware of that and read your body. Yeah.
Classic examples are when guys are doing, or anyone doing arm curls and they're throwing their back with it. Really, it's not a back exercise. It's supposed to be biceps. Keep those elbows in tight. And,
isolated.
Yeah. Or another classic example is shrugs and you're going up on your toes, because you're using your legs to push that weight up. So there's tons of them. I mean, they're easy to see in the gym. I guess they're easy for me to see.
Sometimes people can't see it themselves.
But we just want to encourage you in that. We want to help you to avoid injuries in that way too. Keep the good form. Yes. The next one is also a great thing to think about with form. So our next tip, which this is tip number 7, I don't know if you've been keeping, or tip number 6, I don't know if you've been keeping track, but it's exhale on the exertion is a term that you might hear, which means you're exhaling as you flex the muscle. A lot of people don't have their breathing down. So if I'm sitting here and I'm doing a shoulder press, so here I am with the dumbbells in my hand and I'm pressing up. As I'm pressing up, that's when I'm flexing that muscle. I'm pushing that weight. That's the hard part of it.
When you're doing the work.
Coming down is not the hard part. So as I'm pushing up, I'm breathing out. Taking air in on the way down. Bench press as I'm pushing out. Squat. You're going down as you're coming up. That's when you hear guys scream as they're coming up with that squat, because they're breathing out. So
or even crunches when you're going up. Breathe out.
Breathing out. So yeah, that's hugely important on everything that you do in the gym. Exhale on the exertion, especially on abs, because when you are breathing out, the more air you're pushing out, the tighter you're flexing through your abs. You're getting a nice ab flex as you're pushing that air out. So exhale on the exertion. And another point that Jazz brought up as we were coming up with these tips is the importance of the mind-muscle connection. So, and we talk about this a lot. We talked about it in some of the videos.
It helps slowing down too.
Yeah.
Some people like go as fast, but if you really are controlled and slow, that's when you can really incorporate the mind-muscle connection.
Yeah. So as you're coming up with that curl, you really focus on that flex through the biceps, really flexing. Or as you're coming up with the chest, that chest press, you're squeezing tight through the chest. You want to feel that you're working the right part on that chest press. So mind-muscle connection, let your mind know what it is. And as you're squeezing tight, you're pumping more blood into that muscle. One thing that Eric, the trainer, always likes, that he always encouraged me to do when I worked out at his gym, he's a celebrity trainer out there in Hollywood, is flexing in between sets. So, you know, this is something the classic bodybuilders used to do back in the day. Your Arnold Schwarzeneggers, your Lou Ferrignos, they would do a set of, you know, let's say bicep curls. So they're doing a set of bicep curls, and then they put the weight down, and then they would spend 15 to 20 seconds flexing those biceps. So they'd come up and they'd squeeze as tight as they could where they're shaking, and that's like a 15 to 20 second hold, and that's telling your mind, that's where I want the blood. Let's get that mind-muscle connection going. Or if you're training chest and you're doing chest presses, in between sets, you're going to come here and you're going to flex tight through that chest. Push that blood into it 15 to 20 seconds. I know it looks weird. I do it in the gym sometimes. It's a little bit harder at Planet Fitness because they got that lunk alert thing going on. They might be like, that dude's flexing, let's hit the lunk alarm. But it works. It's amazing how much more blood will pump in. If you're training those triceps, flexing those triceps in between sets, it's awesome, that mind-muscle connection.
Well, ladies, we don't even have to flex between sets. I even notice when you're just focused on what you're training, if you're doing tricep pushdowns with the rope, you're squeezing between each rep. And if you just like focus in on that rope and you're not thinking about the music, you're not thinking about the podcast, you're not thinking about your to-do list, you will feel the burn and you'll have a much better result, let me tell you. But if you're letting your mind wander, you're still getting a great workout, but it just might not be as amplified as it could be.
Yeah, that's good. So our next one, I find, and I've trained a lot of clients, and I find that those clients never want to train abs. So if you're skipping abs, you're having a hard time getting those abs in. A lot of people are like, I'll do my workout and then I'll do abs at the end. And if you're really dedicated, you can pull that off. You can do it. I mean, when I was full-time fitness modeling, I didn't have a problem. I would do my workout and I would do my abs at the end. Now, if you're, you know, average Joe in the gym and you're like, I don't have a lot of time and this is wearing me out and it's not your career, you might think I'll do it at the end of the workout, but you find out over and over again. I even have a client I'm training now that is like, he's like, yeah, we'll do abs at the end, and we'll get to the end and be like, you know what, I don't think let's do it tomorrow. And Jasmine's heard him say it before, we'll do it tomorrow, and he keeps pushing it off to the next day, and it's like months have gone by and we haven't trained abs. So I encourage you, if you want to get those abs in, it's so important that you have a strong core. The core is your abs and your back. So you want to make sure both of those are strong. So you want to make sure you're getting that abdominal training in. So train abs first. Start your workout by training abs. Spend a little bit of time training abs and then go into your workout. Or, and I wouldn't completely wear them out because a lot of times you do need to have a strong core when you're doing your exercises. That's why I wouldn't always recommend this. If at all possible, get those abs in later, but if you know you're not going to get it in, either find a day that you train abs where it's just a focus on abs. Maybe you do abs and it's like details work. Maybe it's abs, calves, and forearms or something like that. Or train abs first. Don't completely wear them out because you want to make sure that they're not so tired that you can't work out whatever you're doing. Or you can train abs in between sets. So maybe wait kind of toward the end of your workout and then begin to train abs in between sets. If it's a really short workout, then train abs in between sets the whole way through the workout. So it's like, okay, I'm doing bench press. Okay, I'm done with my first set. Now I'm going to do abs. I'm going to do a quick set of abs because I was going to take a break anyway. So instead of sitting here or, sitting around waiting for, my next set, I'll just do a quick set of abs. So important, get those abs in. You'll love yourself for it. You'll appreciate yourself for it. So those are some ways that perhaps you won't skip abs. Any other advice on that?
No, I think he said it.
All right, what else we got?
All right, next one, number 8. We're talking about setting goals. So some of y'all are our New Year's resolution people where you're setting goals.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to step this up a notch and say we want you to set attainable and measurable goals.
Yep.
So if you haven't worked out in 10 years, why would we set the goal to work out 5 days a week for 2 hours?
Yeah.
You'll see people that maybe set a goal like that. They'll do it the first day, and then they're so beyond sore that they can't even function the next day.
Yeah.
And that completely just unmotivates them from ever going to the gym for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And so if you think about starting small and practical, you can always build up. But I just don't want you to become discouraged if you set these lofty goals and you can't stick to it, because it does take a lot of time to get into a habit. Like, I had been out of a habit of working out. He has been an amazing accountability partner for me, and now I'm used to it. I know that I can get in the gym 3 to 5 times a week on average.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, at first, 5 days was not doable, and that if I didn't have him, I wouldn't have stuck to it.
Yeah.
So work your way up is my best advice for you. I wouldn't say that tomorrow you have to start doing a 5-day-a-week training program.
Yeah.
Start with 2 days a week maybe,
Yeah.
and you can work it up.
Yeah, that's great. She said it very clearly. You want it measurable and attainable, and it's also important to write it down. So always writing your goals down, you're that much more prone to reach your goals when you write them down, where you can see them physically in front of your face. Also
yeah. Time-wise, like if you are working out twice a week, you don't have to make it 2 hours, like I said. Make it 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Then you won't dread going to the gym. It won't become as much of a chore. It'll actually be fun.
Yeah. Create yourself a little board that you can check it off the list. Sometimes I'm the type of person, I like to check things off the list. So I like to see, okay, Monday I got my workout, Tuesday, okay, it's Wednesday, I'm gonna get my workout in here a little bit. I can check that off. Again, like she said, I go 5 days a week. I've actually cut back on my workouts. When I was full-time in the business, I was 6 or 7 days a week. So 5 days a week it works for me. I'm used to it. But like she said, if you're just starting off, I encourage you to start with 1 or 2 days a week and do that for a month or so, and then work your way up to, I think I can do 3 days a week now. One thing you're going to notice is you're sore. You're going to have a lot of aches and pains if you haven't worked out for a long time. So don't do yourself the disservice of thinking you're going to work out, 5 days in a row, and you're going in there on day 2 and
Right.
you're still sore from day 1. Maybe it's Monday and Thursday. You're starting off your New Year's resolutions or whatever, that summer beach body. I'm going to start off Monday and Thursday because that gives me plenty of time to recover and, whatever. And then eventually you go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, down the road. So, yeah. And I'll talk a little bit about supplements a little later in this, which is great for recovery. But, don't overdo it. That's why these gyms make so much money. That's why Planet Fitness makes so much money. Anytime Fitness, all these gyms start these great New Year's resolutions, commit to us for 1 year, and you get this great deal and you commit to this 1 year thing because they're gambling on the fact that you're not going to make it, that you're going to make it for the first 2 or 3 weeks, maybe. 3 weeks is a lot for somebody to make it through New Year's resolutions. They're banking on the fact that a majority of these people that sign up at the New Year, they set New Year's resolution goals to get the best shape of their life and to finally do it this year. And then they all fall off the ladder. And so, Planet Fitness probably has they do definitely have way more memberships than they could really have in their gym at once. So don't be that person. Stick it to your gym, set those goals, start off light, and then by the end of the year, you're working out 5 days a week, you're feeling great, and that's the way to do it. Do it like the turtle, not the hare. The hare's, quick and then takes a break, chills off to the side. Like turtle is slow and easy, steady goes, and he makes it to the finish line. And that's what you got to do. Remember that this thing of health and fitness, especially working out in the gym, is a marathon. It is not a sprint, all right?
Yeah, you can't put 10 years worth of workouts into one day.
No.
So if you haven't worked out for 10 years, sorry, it's going to take time and consistency. And just like if you put on a bunch of weight over time, it's going to take a lot of time to take it off. And so you just have to be aware that this isn't a microwave workout program. You can't just instantly click your fingers or snap your fingers and have it all melted off. It's one of those things that, just like I always thought about during pageantry, the swimsuit competition, it's one of those areas that you have to put in the work. You can't pay someone to give you a great swimsuit body. Like, you actually have to do the hard work. You have to put in the time and the energy. And that's very rewarding when you actually do it. And so make a decision that your future self will thank you for.
Yeah. And what goes great with setting measurable and attainable goals, babe?
Well, we're going to talk about visualization, which we obviously hear from my friend Terry Savelle Foy as well, because she is huge into vision boards. But visualization is big. Like, you become what you behold, meaning what you put in front of you, what you're constantly looking at, is what your future is going to look like. And so what helps, and what I have done and James has done, is we have found, maybe it's other people's bodies that we would like to look like. Maybe it's a version of our body from a different season of our lives that we want to look like. And we will maybe print it off or print out the picture, paste it on our fridge or a bulletin board, or keep it on our mirror somewhere where you constantly see it. Maybe it's a screensaver on your phone. And it helps you just to remember what you're working towards. I did this for Miss USA. I found a version of my body, and I found a version of a girl's body, a former Miss USA, that she was my same body type, so I knew that it was reasonable. Like, if you're not an hourglass shape, then don't pick an hourglass shape of someone because you know it's not doable. If you're more of a straight lined frame, then find someone that's more like you, that is toned and ripped, because then you know it's doable. But I did that, and I remember going into my trainer the first day of prepping for Miss USA, and I brought that picture with me, and he was so impressed. He said, "Jasmine, most people have no clue what they are looking for goals for their body. They're just here to flippantly put in the work." He's like, "I'm impressed that you even put in the effort and the research to bring me a picture of someone with your body type who looks the way you want to look." And he looked at me square in the eye and said, "You're going to get there," because that is the part of the battle of just having a goal, setting a goal. The Bible talks about having a goal and writing it down. Without vision, the people perish. It's another scripture. And so visualization is huge for us in everything in life, but it even applies to fitness, believe it or not.
Yeah, it absolutely does. So, on that note, create that vision board. Maybe you have a vision board specifically for your goal of your fitness body. Maybe it's this big poster board. You've ripped that picture out of a magazine of the same body type that you want to have. You cut your face out of a picture and you put it on that body so you can really visualize you attaining that body. And on that vision board, you put that goal weight. You put that, whatever those specific things are. By what date are you going to reach this certain goal? And then maybe you have the next goal that you want to reach, and just be very specific about it. And then put quotes on there. Quotes that are on that vision board. Put quotes that are going to motivate you to keep going, to not give up. Put quotes on the fridge that says, every calorie counts, so that you won't cheat, and you'll stick to your diet.
Also do is, when you print off those pictures, print off multiple copies. I even stuck them in the fridge and in the pantry. So when you're looking at that cheat snack and you're looking at the picture, it's like, ooh, you have to choose, because your long-term goal is always going to conflict with your short-term goal. Meaning, your long-term goal is to lose those 15 pounds. Your short-term goal is to eat those 5 pieces of cookie dough.
There you go. Well, and visualization, super powerful. I mean, Michael Phelps talked about how he would, his coach would say, play the tape. Play the tape. When he was in practice, when he was swimming, his coach would say, play the tape. And the tape that the coach is talking about is play the tape of you winning that gold medal. You're swimming, and he would play it in his head while he's swimming. Before he goes to bed, he would say, play the tape when you go to bed, play the tape when you get up in the morning. And that's just him playing it in his head and visualizing the race and every stroke and finishing first place to that gold medal. Maybe he visualizes the time that he's finishing with. It's a world record time. Whatever the case may be, I play the tape sometimes when I'm in the gym, because sometimes I'm just not motivated and I don't want to be there. Yeah, it was my career, but that doesn't mean do you always want to go to work? I don't always want to go and put in the work when I go to the gym. So sometimes I have to get on bench press, and Jazz will see I'm taking a little bit longer of a break and my eyes are shut because I'm actually visualizing. I'm getting ready to push a heavier set, and I'm visualizing me doing all the sets and me finishing, pushing through. I even see that last rep where I'm like, ugh, and it's shaky, and I see finishing it. I even have a visualization of, when I really want to get motivated, of King Kong on top of the Empire State Building going,
oh my word, I didn't know
because
that.
it just makes me like, let's do this, and I'll rep it out. So sometimes when you're really tired, it's that early morning workout, your kitten woke you up in the middle of the night. We have a kitten that's keeping us up in the middle of the night. So you didn't get the sleep you wanted. Sometimes you need that motivation of King Kong.
Or some good music.
Yeah, or good music, something that's going to ramp you up. But visualization, so key. You can visualize that dream body when you're getting ready to go to the fridge. And like she said, if you got the picture printed out, it's really not hard to visualize it, right? So
I think of that funny saying, I'm in shape, round's a shape.
Round is a shape.
We don't want that.
All right, what do we got? I think we're down to, that was 9, so now we're down to number 10. What is it?
Yes, so he'll briefly touch on supplementation, but there's so much great information that we are actually making an entirely separate new video for next week based on supplementation. Yeah. But we wanted to make sure we included it because it is important.
Yeah. And before we get on to that, just real quick, she mentioned it already, having accountability with your workouts. And I'm just going to throw a bonus one into this. Get a training partner. If you can, get a training partner, because that is a great accountability partner.
It's a great free date with your spouse.
That's true.
Because you only pay the membership once, and then every date's free.
And for me, it was like, if I knew that I was going to meet a buddy at the gym before I got married, we set a time up, and I needed to be there. And it was like, don't be late either, because that's just rude. I mean, I know a lot of people think it's okay, but if I knew my training partner was going and I was not feeling it and I was tired or whatever, but I knew we'd already set up to meet at a certain time to train that body part, I showed up because I didn't want to wimp out. So that's great accountability as well. Yeah, if it's somebody you live with, that's fine too. You guys keep each other accountable and get in there and get it done. So that's just a bonus one. So take supplements. Huge. Supplements don't do it all though. It's called supplement. You supplement these supplements. They supplement your workout, they supplement your results, but they don't give you your results. It is supplementing to help you with recovery or whatever that may be. So it's not the end all be all, but it will supplement you in getting, some better results and having better workouts. So
sweetheart, don't go into all the details.
No, I'm not going to.
No, I know, but just list off what some ideas are or what people say, I'm going to go buy this, and this, and this. Like, what are some supplements if people have never heard of this?
Well, a cool, one thing that I got a lot in the gym, and this is going to go kind of against the supplements thing, but somebody comes, I would always get people come up to me and they'd see me, I'd have the great pump, I've been putting in the work, and some, dude will come up to me and be like, dang, bro, like, what pre-workout do you take? And I'm like, what pre-workout do I take? Like, what's that have to do with the way I look? Like, you think that I just found a pre-workout that made me look like this? Like, it doesn't happen. I've had people come up to me and say, what kind of protein do you take, bro? Or like, I've even had people come up to me and say, dude, I've been taking this protein with like Arnold's on the front and I don't look like Arnold yet. And I'm like, the supplement's not going to do all the work for you. It supplements you in getting the results, but it doesn't do the work for you. So there is no supplement that you can take that is going to give you all the results that you want. It's going to help you.
There's not a magic pill for a six-pack?
Yeah, there's not a magic pill. Yeah, I mean, I've had guys look at me and say, like, dude, how many weeks do you think it would take me to get abs like you? Or like literally, like, it's insulting to me. I'm like, I've been working my whole life to look the way I look. You're not going to get there in a couple weeks. So, but anyways, point being, supplements are phenomenal. I absolutely love them. I use them. Jazz knows I use them because she's usually waiting to go to the gym and I'm trying to mix up my stuff. So, I'm going to talk about probably close to, I think right now on our list, I think I have 8 on there. I might try to get 10, but it may just stick with 8. We'll see. But some that I'll mention now, branched chain amino acids. They're phenomenal. Building blocks to muscle. That's all the details I'm going to share with you. Glutamine, awesome, phenomenal for recovery. Creatine, great for performance, for recovery, for injury avoidance, like all kinds of different stuff. But I'm going to go into much greater detail on those supplements and more in our supplementation video. I don't know what it's going to be called, Supplements 101, or I don't know exactly what we're going to call it, but it will have supplements in the title. So I encourage y'all to go check that out. I think you'll really enjoy it. So that is our 10, 11, because I gave you the bonus one. Be sure to go watch our other video where we listed out our first 10, and they're not in any particular order because it just depends what are you looking for on the other side of the camera. There's really no way for me to order it top 10, top 20, but we really gave you guys about 20 tips within 2 videos, a part 1 and a part 2. So
yeah, I hope you enjoyed these. Feel free to watch these videos over and over if you need to have a reminder.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for joining us. One more reminder about our nutrition video, because nutrition is, I would say, about 70% of the results that you get.
Some people say 90.
70 to 90%, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
That's important. So if you're wanting to see results, if you're putting in work in the gym but still not seeing results, it's probably due to your diet.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend checking out our video on nutrition. It's not like we're nutrition experts, but we will give you tips in there that you can incorporate into your daily life that will help you see some differences. So we have enjoyed bringing these videos to you. We want to bring all these videos to you for free. And so James is going to share a little bit more information about what we all contribute to our James and Jazz channel. Yeah,
it's not just fitness stuff. So when you go to jamesandjazz.com, you click on that videos tab, you're going to find 3 different sections of the type of video that we provide. We provide spiritual videos where we do topical stuff. Right now, we're currently doing Bible study with us. And then we also, the second tab, I encourage you to watch those because that's going to build up your spirit. Second tab is going to be physically fit videos where I've talked a lot about that already. We've done full-length workouts with dumbbells, with resistance bands. We've done a little bit with kettlebells. We've done cardio workouts in place, full-length workouts, and we've done also exercise demonstrations where we show you different exercises you can do with those particular products. You take the notes and go do the workout on your own. And then, of course, we've got these tip-type videos that we've been doing, supplementation tips coming up soon. And then our third video, or section of videos, is life and relationships. Share a lot about Jazz and I, what we got going on in life, what we're doing in life, the big moments in our life. Those are there, the wedding, stuff like that. We want to help you to get to know us better. So we're also bringing more videos in the future about relationships. Yep. That's what I would like to do. I want to bring more of those. Yeah, we have how we met, everything, good stuff. And then we talk about relationships a little bit as well. We want to help you to have healthy relationships as well. So we're going to be bringing more of those, as she said. And then other than that, those are the 3 different sections of videos. Every Monday we're putting out a spiritual video. Every Wednesday we're putting out Workout Wednesday. And we're going to be bringing more of those life and relationship videos on Fridays. And then if you are at our homepage, jamesandjazz.com, you'll see at the top and the bottom of the page our social media icons, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Be sure to follow us and like us on those. Our handle is James and Jazz. And then on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube. We'd appreciate that too. Yeah, and if you scroll down on our website, you will find a section on how you can book us to speak at an event. Maybe you have something in mind.
conference or school. We have brought workouts at schools before, so just give us some details and we'll get back to you. Right next to that, you can subscribe to our email list. So if we have any exciting news to share with you, you'll be first to know. And then additionally, there's a tab at the top of our website that says donate if you are interested in contributing financially to our ministry. We would be so grateful. First of all, thank you for praying for our ministry. That is first and foremost. But secondly, if you have finances that you're willing to donate and pour in as seed to our ministry, that would mean a lot, because it does take a lot of time to prepare, edit, film, upload, all the back end things that no one has any idea about. And we want to bring high quality content for you completely for free. So please feel free to donate if you feel led. And all the information is on the donate tab at jamesandjazz.com. And you can donate via Venmo, PayPal, or Patreon. And then finally, there is a new tab on our website that says courses. So for all my Christian ladies out there who want to become a Proverbs 31 woman, I am diving in with you. I haven't attained it myself, but I am studying it, and I want to be the best version of myself I can be. So join me. We have a wedding planning course already available, how to plan your wedding from beginning to end, and lots more classes coming in the future as time allows me to work on them. So thanks for joining us. We can't wait for you to join us next week for our supplementation video. But in the meantime, check out our spiritual videos and our life and relationship videos, as well as all of the other amazing physically fit videos that we have completely for free. So thanks for joining us, you guys, and have an awesome day.